Welcome to the SmileLine podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to give real information from doctors and patients about our SmileLine prosthetic and the sequence of appointments. For more information, check out our website or give our office a call. Hope you enjoy today's episode. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of our SmileLine podcast. And we have a special guest on. We have Leah Clark. We delivered her final prosthetics a little over a month ago, and Leah's case was actually a pro bono case. It was a two-stage upper and lower SmileLine case, a very difficult case, right?
Yes.
So she's been our friend at Huntline for a little over a year now, about a year and a half.
I feel like family, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So we're going to touch back on her surgery and just talk about how kind of your life has been impacted by this. So, where are you from, Leah?
Centertown, Missouri.
Where town?
Centertown, Missouri.
Centertown.
It's right between California and Jeff City. It's a very small town.
For some reason, I was thinking you were from like Rolla.
No, this is where I live at right now.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you were.
No.
Okay. All right. So you originally seen us for a consultation, right?
Yes, sir.
You came in, and how old were you about whenever you started?
I wanted to say like 27.
You were 27?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just about, yeah. No, I was 26, about to be 27 in that May because we did it in the January.
Okay. And you came to see us for a consult. And so kind of a little backstory here is we like to do one pro bono case a year where Dr. Sam kind of picks out a case, whether he finds it unique or challenging or just kind of hey, this person really kind of spoke to us in the consult, and we kind of just pick out one a year and do it. And he had talked to you about doing the pro bono case, and this is kind of where it gets like I had a bad day that day. So we talked to Leah about doing the pro bono case, and then she left, and we had an associate leave right about that time. And we got together as a staff meeting, and we were talking about it, and we were just kind of swamped in appointments. We were trying to pick up lack of work, and we had decided like, hey, we're going to have to push this pro bono case back. So I was tasked with calling you back and saying, hey, I'm sorry, we can't do it right now.
Yes, I remember, but it's okay. I understand.
Yeah, so I made Leah cry in that conversation, and it still haunts me to this day. But fast forward to a year, we were in a little better position. We were a little settled down as a company, and I got to call you back and say, hey, we can do your case now.
Yes, and those were happy tears that day.
Yeah. So we seen her back for a reconsult, and then we started planning the surgery, right?
Yes.
How was your consultation consultation experience? Because you kind of went through almost like two of them.
Oh, it was great. I'm not gonna lie. Even though with how like my teeth look and how it made me feel, they didn't make you feel like any type of way. They treated you just like a normal like human being, however you want to say it, and just talk to you and have your options and what you can do. And it just made me feel good.
Awesome to hear. And also with Leah's case, and I'll put up the X-rays here, but you had two impacted canines.
Yes.
So the eye teeth are your guys right here, your canines, number 6 and 11, and Leah's were laying up here, right here.
Yes.
So it made her case challenging, and we decided, well, Dr. Sam in his diagnosis was like, hey, I can't take your teeth out and place implants, what we like to normally do. We're going to have to take those teeth out and then let you heal for 6 months or so, and then come back in and take the rest of your teeth out and place implants.
Yes.
So we scheduled your first surgery, and we took out, I want to say maybe like 10 teeth, most of the back teeth, and then we went after these 6 and 11 right there. How was that surgery? Because that was a pretty invasive surgery.
Overall, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know I had that many teeth taken out, so that was good, I guess. And overall, the aftercare, I was swollen and like bruised, obviously, but other than that, I felt like I healed pretty quickly, where it wasn't like really bad pain. Like it was like after like 2 weeks or so, I think it went away. Like I didn't have too much pain besides the other pain I had in my teeth because of how my teeth were. But yeah, it was good.
Yep. So then, I mean, that puts you in a stage of like, there's really nothing we can do besides for you to heal.
Yes.
So like you heal, and then I think it was about 8 months later, we seen you back. We took the rest of the teeth out, placed the implants, and then you walked out with your new temporary teeth. How was that process for you?
Well, that process, at first I was really nervous the whole morning, the day before, because I didn't know, obviously you don't know how that's going to go with surgery, but I got to say, like, I don't remember a lot of that day, so that helped a lot, obviously. And then same thing, aftercare. wasn't really that bad. I had about a week or two, and then everything was not back to normal, but getting to back to normal for me.
Yeah, yeah. I will say it's our goal to make you forget your surgery. Like it's a long day. Like right. Like I mean, well, you might not remember now, but
No.
So we try to sedate patients to a level where they're pretty knocked out of it because it's a long
I wasn't
day.
expecting that though, so that was like whoa. But I liked it because I didn't want like I'm not good with pain, teeth pain, and any of that. Dr. Sam will tell you guys. I'm not good with that. But so I was really glad that that was an option because didn't know what would, like what would happen for me to get that much work done. Like what would I be awake? What?
Yep.
So I really did like that because it just made me feel so much better.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear because it's easier on the doctors because he's not, constantly. It's harder for him to work on patients when he knows they're uncomfortable and in pain.
Yeah, yes.
So like if we can sedate them to more of a level where they're kind of out of it, and it just makes everything flow a lot smoother.
No, it really did.
So how was it? Do you remember back walking out, or that next day with your temporaries of kind of seeing your first new smile?
Yes, I was through the roof, so excited. I'm not gonna lie, I've always loved my smile to a T, but after having like really good teeth and not just how they looked before, it just made me through the roof. Like I was so happy with my smile. I smile all the time now.
Yeah, that's awesome to see. So then we jump into we're in a situation where now we're in the temporaries and we're trying to finalize that tooth position.
Yes.
And we went through probably 5 different sets of temporaries with you to
Yes.
try to get that ideal tooth position. It's normally 2 or 3, but sometimes it does go to 5 or 6 and really it's just we're just working together to get that everybody on the same page, get the teeth bite and get the phonetics right, get the smile right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then we finally got it right.
Yes.
So we got it and we start making the finals, and then we delivered the finals about a month ago.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How has that been?
The same thing. Through the roof. I feel like even more better, I think. I don't know if I like them better or not, but I just feel like they look better to me.
Yeah. I think they look amazing.
Thank you.
They do look good. I went back, looked at your before photos, looked at your afters, and your smile now is it's really pretty. Yeah, it looks really good. So that now you're 1 month out. How has your chewing ability been? Because I remember on your first intake, you marked you were chewing a 5 out of 10, quite a bit of pain.
Yes.
How's your chewing ability now?
Perfect now. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's good. It's good. I can't even tell I had any issues.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Back to
especially my
normal.
last appointment when they filed down a little bit of that acrylic stuff.
Yep.
Made it perfect.
Yep. And no more pain, right?
No
more pain?
Nope, especially, because down here is where it was red that one time
Yep.
from taking the teeth out.
Mm-hmm.
They took them out that one time, and I didn't even feel it.
Yep, that's awesome. And you will say on your intake form, you did mark you were embarrassed of your smile.
Yes.
Did we check that one off?
Yes,
Do we got
you
it
did.
fixed?
Yes, definitely. Because like I said, I've always chose to smile because I've always deep down like, you know what, forget it. Like, I get that my teeth aren't the greatest, but, I'm happy, so, who cares? But then after, this, it makes you even more happier.
Yeah, and I think that's really great what you just said right there. Like, hey, maybe they're not the prettiest, but I'm just going to choose to be happy anyway.
Yep.
The fact that now we can just marry that beautiful smile up with your personality that loves to smile, where you can even show them off, like it is awesome to see.
Well, thank you.
Overall, how has your experience been? If you wanted to summarize this entire process up, it was a long process. We had our ups and downs, our surgeries and everything, our temporaries, but now we're here. Can you give me a little summary of just the process?
Honestly, I know, like, I don't know if I said this before, but I would definitely do it again because, like, yes, it was a long process, a long surgery. I had 2 different surgeries and all that, but it made me feel so much better, like, mentally and just everything where I would go through this process again, honestly.
Yeah. Well, that's great to hear. I mean, that means we did a pretty good job because, you're willing to go through it again to get the results.
And I think I said this before. I love Dr. Sam and Dr. Chris and their staff. They have been really great and they have really nice. And they don't make you feel like, any type of way or anything because your teeth are messed up.
Yep. I always tell patients and I get it, the dental anxiety is a real thing. And they're always embarrassed or they don't want to come in and they're sitting down and they're like, I'm scared to open. It's the worst you've ever seen. And I'm like, I do this every day. It's probably not the worst I've ever seen.
I'm going to be honest, that was the first time I went to a dentist in quite a few years because of that.
Well, I'm really glad we could make it a good
Yes,
experience.
I am too.
And I'm glad we're here now.
Yes, like I said, I am too. I'm so happy that everything worked out how it's supposed to be. Even me waiting the year, I think I am a true believer. Stuff is supposed to happen how it's supposed to happen. So I'm here now.
Now that we're all done, we got this beautiful smile, all complete, delivered. Take me back to, maybe a year or two even before you went to the dentist, whenever you were scared to go to the dentist. Kind of, how was your situation from a smiling social aspect to where it is now?
And like I said earlier, to be honest, I still kind of smiled and I was still my bubbly, happy self because that's just my personality. I'm not going to tone that down, or I can't turn that down all because of, my smile. Yes, it still affected me mentally. I'm like, do they just stare at my teeth when I'm talking, or, what? You know what I mean? Do they see, because I used to have a tooth that was a little black on it. Do they just look at that, or what? You just always think of that. One day I was sneezing and had a tooth come out because it was just a really bad tooth. So it's like, like stuff like that happens, but I just have to mentally try to be like, you know what? Like, it's okay. Like, my teeth are bad, but like, doesn't tone me down of who I am.
Right. So how's it now?
Even better. Like, I feel like I'm just on cloud nine. And honestly, like, I just feel so great. I'm so happy. I love life even more than what I did.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome to hear. That's really special. That was a really great answer, Leah. All right, now, so let's compare the chewing ability to where you were to where you're at now. What kind of restrictions did you have kind of before you came in?
I couldn't even eat strawberries because it was so cold and sensitive. Like, I could, even sometimes with bread, I would had the tooth back in here and I had a hole. Stuff would get stuck in there. Like, it would just bother you. And so, yeah, I literally couldn't eat. When I would eat with just my front teeth because that's the only teeth I really had that was more, like, had a full teeth on both top and bottoms.
Mm-hmm. And they're not meant to chew food.
No.
They're meant to smile and
Yes.
bite things off.
Yes. Yeah. So I feel like that's why, like, some of them, they did start breaking off and stuff because I would chew with them.
Yeah. And how are you doing now?
Like, perfect. Like, yes, I still have, like, I think, like, my mind. It's like, oh, don't chew on, right there. But other than that, I am doing good. I'm, like, chewing them back here and taking bites and everything, and it's all good.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
Yes, it is. Because I was worried about that. Like, if I'm going to be able to eat and all that.
For sure.
Because, at first, like, it felt like they were going to come out. Like, even the temps, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
I was iffy on eating, but now I just eat and don't really think about it per se.
Absolutely. Well, I always tell patients, because they're like, sometimes, I see two different aspects, but I always tell them, like, hey, these prosthetics, as good as they are, they're not like healthy natural teeth.
Yes.
Like, you've had your healthy natural teeth your entire life. That's what you're used to. You have nerve endings. You have feelings. These prosthetics, they're going to be completely new.
Yes.
And there's going to be a learning curve that you got to get through.
No,
because
definitely.
it feels different, right?
Yes.
It feels different.
Yes.
But I'm really happy to hear that no restrictions now and eating whatever you want.
No.
Now you can eat bread again.
Yes. And strawberries. I
And
had strawberries the
strawberries.
other day, actually, for Valentine's Day, and I was happy.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so do you have any advice for patients maybe out there that think, that are scared to go to the dentist? Do you have any advice for them?
At the end of the day, like, you're going to feel how you're going to feel, yes, but you're not going to ever make it better if you don't just try and just go and get help, even if it is a pro bono case, somebody that, does offer whatever helps your payment out or whatever, but, like, it does really make a difference.
Awesome. All right, so then I kind of maybe my almost last question, what about this process? Because I do get a lot of people that are scared of the process. And I will say most of the processes are more simpler than yours. Most people are single stage. Yours was a 2-stage, required 2 surgeries, healing, unfortunately, all that stuff. But that's just your anatomy. That we had to go through. But what's your advice for patients that are maybe like, okay, hey, I want to do this, but I'm scared?
Honestly, I would say you have to just go out there and try it. Even if you get a no, whatever, at least you went out there and put yourself in that position to try to better yourself and better your smile.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Leah, for joining me on the podcast. And I will say it's been a pleasure to have you at the office and do your case. I look forward to seeing you in the podcast, and thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me as well. Anytime you want me here, I'll be here.